This is Tanaka Ranichinomu representing Golden Cloud Network. We have been detecting some activity. And when we detect some activity, we have to ask questions. And when we ask questions, we get answers. And when we get answers, we make connections. And when we make those connections, we get a clear picture. And you know, everyone likes a clear picture, especially as a Golden Cloud Network, because it helps us to see something that we might not have seen before. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do today for you. But before we get to that, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel, because our analytics are showing us that 70% of the people who watched our videos are not subscribed. And that is not good for us. The more people who subscribe, the larger our audience gets, and the more reason we get to produce better content for you. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the motion that is going on in the city of Harare. Ooh, what's this motion I'm talking about? It's the motion of the real estate business. Real estate business, what is that? Okay, so real estate in the first place is land and the structures that are present on that land. And the top three real estate businesses that have been booming as of late in 2025 in the city of Harare are the following. Have you noticed that if you go to certain residential areas, the suburbs more specifically, you will notice that a lot of flats are being built, a lot of cluster homes are being built. Like, they're everywhere. You go down, you drive that corner, you drive down that corner, there's a flat there. You turn your left, you drive maybe a kilometer, there's another flat, in the same neighborhood. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, this is because the population in the city is booming. Everyone is coming to the city because everyone is looking for opportunity, and people are having children. People don't stop. People don't stop. So the population is growing, and people need somewhere to sleep. I mean, people need food and people need a roof over their heads. Besides real estate, in that sense of residential homes, what else? Okay, there's something that we call business centers. What am I talking about, business centers? Okay, have you ever been to a shopping mall? Uh-huh. Have you ever been to a business center, maybe a medical center or legal chambers? Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. If you go to these areas, there's certain areas, especially those that are close to the CBD, where you find a lot of medical centers. Even in residential areas, there are a lot of business centers that are popping up because people need the services that are offered by these business centers. Okay, people need somewhere to get their food. Where do I go to get my food? Business centers. Where exactly? At the mall, at the shopping malls there, you can find retail shops there. If you want clothes, you can find retail shops that sell clothes there. At these business centers, okay, if I get sick, where do I go? You go to the hospital, but these days there are a lot of medical centers in these business centers. So this is something that is also booming. Like everywhere you go, there's a medical center everywhere nowadays. There's a shopping mall everywhere nowadays. So these structures are booming, and it's because people want these services close to them, right? So if you live in a certain residential area, it doesn't make sense for you to travel 20 kilometers to get food, to shop for food. It doesn't make sense for you to travel 20 kilometers just to see the doctor. So these people are bringing those services closer to the people. They're bringing these services in the residential areas, or they're expanding these services from the CBD to the areas surrounding the CBD. So that's a lot of motion, and it's happening, and it's booming, it's booming, it's booming, it's booming. Besides that, talking about motion, to move from point A to point B, there's many ways to do it. You can use your two God-given feet. That works. But if you want to save time, you might have to use a vehicle. And for a vehicle to move, it needs fuel. So that's where service stations come in, fuel service stations. There are a lot of these that are being built. Like, you can be surprised to see there are 3 or even 4 service stations in a 1 kilometer. Okay, 1 kilometer is a bit of underestimation, let's say 5 kilometer radius, you see 5 service stations in a 5 kilometer radius. That means that there's a service station after every kilometer. Even kilometers, yeah, basically a kilometer. So that just shows you that there's a demand for these services, and people like to use land for the services that are in demand. That is what real estate is about. So this is a video to enlighten people, to show people, to tell people something that they probably already know, but we're just here to let you know still. If you didn't know, now you know. So why is this important? Why are we talking about real estate? Because these are places to invest in. So there are different levels to investing in these businesses. You can be a developer. Oh, this is top level, like you're giving people money, you're the one that's supplying the money to build these structures, and that is not cheap. You're gonna need hundreds and thousands of dollars to be a developer, and that's okay. Who knows, maybe one day you're gonna be a developer, maybe one day I'm gonna be a developer. You never know. Okay, there are also other levels to it. If you're not the developer, if you're not the people that is building these structures, then you can be the person who is offering the services at these structures. Excuse me for that. At these structures, you can be the doctor, you can be the lawyer, you can be the shop owner that is providing these services. So that's the beauty of business. Business is like a pattern. It's like a a wave, where there are different levels to it. There's a different structures to it. So you can be a developer, or you can be the service provider, and even when you're not the service provider, you can be the supplier, because doctors, you need consumables, to do their jobs. So you can be the person that supplies the doctors with the materials that they need. You can be the person that supplies the shopping centers with the resources that they need. Shopping centers need food. You can be the one that supplies that food. Retail shops need clothes. You can be the one that supplies those clothes. So it's beauty. That's the beauty of business. It's the beauty of business. It's layered, and it's like a wave. It's like a wave. It's like a wave. So yeah, that's the business. And if you're not the person who's supplying, there's so many ways to get involved, to just join the pyramid. It's like a pyramid. So there are many ways to attach yourself to that pyramid and be part of the ecosystem of entrepreneurship, ecosystem of business. And even if you're not the person that is supplying the materials, you can be the one that is providing the transport for the people to go to work, because these people have employees, and the employees need to get to work. So you can be the one that's offering the transport to get the employees to work. So there's so many ways in which you can enter the business, but it all comes down to this: real estate business. Real estate business is like the heart of an economy, and that is what we're here to discuss. And we're having fun discussing the real estate business in Zimbabwe. So this basically concludes the real estate business in Zimbabwe, and hopefully you have identified how you can enter into this pyramid. So because that's the goal. The goal is to get involved. You can start at the bottom of the pyramid, but in 20 years you can end up at the top of the pyramid as the developer. That's the goal. That's the goal. But anyway, this is Tanakora Additional representing Golden Cloud Network, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, which is focused on the real estate business in Zimbabwe. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe.